Los Penasquitos Canyon Preserve is located right on the border of Mira Mesa and Rancho Penasquitos communities. It's just about 4,000 acres. Today we're going to go out. We are checking a restoration site at the waterfall. We've been working on this restoration site for the last 2 years to restore a site that had been taken over by non-native grassland, mustard, other grasses that aren't native to this area. So what I'm going to do today is check the plants, see how they're surviving as we enter into the summer. This restoration site is looking really good, Mike. I think we did a good job. All right, so Mike, I saw some plants. Maybe you can help me. I think they might be some volunteer Miscela. Does that?
Yep, definitely. That's cool. Well, the Friends of Penasquitos Canyon are a nonprofit volunteer group that's been volunteering in Penasquitos Canyon for about 26 years now. The Friends have been working with the Ranger program from its very beginning here in the canyon. We help to organize volunteers for the different projects. We raise funds to buy materials for the projects, help supervise volunteer groups, and we work very closely in a whole range of activities, whether it's trail building, habitat restoration, invasive weed control, interpretive programs, you name it. Invasive plants and animals both have a big impact on our native flora and our native animals. They displace them we get these big monocultures of weeds, for instance, that displace the native plants, and the habitat value declines, and it's no longer the same good place for building a nest, for feeding. So species like the least Bell's vireo or the California gnatcatcher, the cactus wren, all are impacted by invasive plants, and the numbers of our endangered bird species, plant species, tend to decline pretty dramatically when these invasives move in.
Okay, John, I've got a map here of the location where I'd like you to take care of the fennel. This is, basically where we're at. We're at the waterfall. So what I'd like to, what we really need.
Well, we use herbicides in the process of integrated pest management. Herbicides are one of the end processes that we use. First one would be to come in manually or try to remove the invasive manually. But ultimately you may need to come in and use herbicides to address the non-native because they're very aggressive in their tendencies and they can actually outdo the native species that are there. Herbicides are safe in that we use 2 products, Roundup and also Aquamaster, and those are also used at the San Diego Zoo and Wild Animal Park. They're used around animals and also exotic plants. And as long as care is taken in their usage, they are just target specific. They will kill the plant you're targeting. You do have to be careful around the native species to make sure that you're not getting any herbicide blown onto them. But once they get into the plant and once they dry, they're inert and they do not continue to kill. But our goal eventually is to remove the non-native and then to have the natives come back and then flourish and be like you normally would see in a canyon.
So we're here at Los Penasquitos Canyon Preserve at the waterfall, which is a major destination for our recreational users, hikers, bikers, and equestrians. So Penasquitos Canyon Preserve has a rich cultural history as well. In fact, we have archaeological evidence showing human habitation back 7,000 years. In fact, in this area at the waterfall, just upstream we have a grinding stone where the Native Americans would grind their acorns. So some of the threats from our non-native species are the displacement of our native plants. The creek, the source of the Penasquitos Creek is a natural spring. However, most of the water running through here now is residential runoff. And from those residential homes come seeds, palm seeds, arundo, different plants that will displace our native plants, which then severely impacts our native species. We've actually been quite successful in Los Penasquitos Canyon Preserve in our control of non-natives. Though it is an ongoing process, we do have a natural resource management plan that had identified core areas that we wanted to restore. We are down to 2 of those areas left to restore, and the ones that have been completed have been very successful. The non-natives have been eliminated, and that habitat has come back to its native state, and the wildlife are using it successfully. So Los Penasquitos Canyon Preserve has been enjoyed by humans for thousands of years, and through the efforts of the Ranger program, we are helping to preserve that on into the future. We really want to encourage people to come out and enjoy their open space canyons. Use the trails that have been provided for you so you can enjoy the natural beauty that is Southern California.